Chamber, and your address today is a significant occasion in the history of this House. I now call upon the Honourable the Prime Minister.
Madam Speaker, Mr. President, it is long overdue for an Indian Prime Minister to address this Parliament, given that the leaders of the United States, China, Indonesia, Britain, Canada, Japan and New Zealand have already done so. But I am personally delighted that this omission is at last corrected. It is fitting that in the home of our democracy we should be addressed by the leader of the world's largest democracy. Madam Speaker, there is so much that we can learn from a Prime Minister who must try to reach some 830 million voters and whose mastery of electioneering has meant that in India's recent election he was literally beamed into dozens of different rallies simultaneously all around the country. Prime Minister Modi is the first in decades with an absolute majority in the lower house, the Lok Sabha, because he imbued his fellow citizens with the sure hope that tomorrow can be better than today. He gave credit for India's success to those who really deserved it. He told voters that their country belonged to them, not to their rulers or to their officials. And even here in Australia, the Modi campaign and victory inspired hope, because Australians too believe in work, family and community, in doing things for love, not just for money, and in living our ideals. If all goes to plan, and no one, if I may say so, has ever made the Indian bureaucracy perform, as Prime Minister Modi did in Gujarat, by the end of next year, we will have a free trade deal with what is potentially the world's largest market. And I want to make this declaration here in this Parliament. There are two can-do Prime Ministers in this chamber today, and we will make it happen. And if all goes to plan, Australia will export uranium to India, under suitable safeguards, of course, because cleaner energy is one of the most important contributions that Australia can make to the wider world. Now, Madam Speaker, geologists believe that somewhere between 130 and 300 million years ago, Australia and India actually shared the same landmass. We were, so to speak, joined at the geological hip. We cannot change continental drift, but we can ensure that we are closer friends and partners in the future than we have been in the recent past. I have never seen any leader as rapturously received in this country as Prime Minister Modi has been. And that's not just by the 500,000 Australians of Indian descent, and not just because the former Chief Minister of Gujarat has never been a stranger to us, and at least this should mean that it never again will be 28 years till the next Prime Ministerial visit. Madam Speaker, the cheering crowds sense that there is a natural affinity between Australia and India, a natural partnership for peace and prosperity, and they want us. They want both of us. They want all of us to make the most of it.